Hey friends, happy Monday and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. If you're new here, hello and welcome. I am Taylor. I'm a stay-at-home wife and mom, and I share What's for Dinner videos like this every Monday to hopefully motivate you to cook more for your family and give you some new meal ideas. This week I made mostly simple things or things that I have made before, so like repeat meals, but we did try one new recipe, which was pretty good, but I would definitely tweak it in the future if I make it again. As always, any recipes that I mention will be linked in the description box. Let's go ahead and get into this week's What's for Dinner. Starting off with Friday night, we just had some frozen pizza. We had gone to Woodman's earlier in the day and picked up some of these Roma pizzas. They were 5 for $11. I ended up making 3 of them. One of them was pepperoni, one of them was pepperoni and sausage, and another one was cheese because Lily really wanted cheese. One of the pizzas was broken in half or like in thirds when I pulled it out of the box, but I just baked it and they all baked for the same amount of time, which is always nice when brands do that because sometimes different flavors will bake for longer. This was a thin crust. It was good for what it was. I mean, it was cheap frozen pizza, nothing bad about it. And then we had some fresh veggies and fresh fruit on the side with it. The next day we had salmon bowls. So in a big bowl, I have some salmon that I have cubed up. This was a salmon fillet, just over a pound. And I skinned it and then cut it up into 1-inch pieces. And then I'm adding on about a tablespoon of soy sauce, a tablespoon of honey, and I'm using a hot honey. And it was really hard to get it out of the jar because it's kind of crystallized a little bit. A teaspoon of sriracha, a teaspoon of sesame oil, some minced garlic. I'm using the squeezy refrigerated tube, and then some fresh grated ginger, salt and pepper, and just a little bit of oil. If you were frying this in a pan, you'd obviously want to use more oil in your pan to fry it in, but I just tossed it in a little bit of oil and all of this stuff, and then I'm going to put it on a foil lined air fryer rack and cook it in the air fryer on 425 for about 10 minutes. While that was cooking, I made a little spicy mayo. The last time I made this recipe, I used plain Greek yogurt instead of mayonnaise. It was really good. But this time I didn't have any plain Greek yogurt, so I did do a couple tablespoons of mayonnaise and then some sriracha to taste. And then I was also out of lime and lemon juice. So instead, I used a little bit of soy sauce because online it said you could use that in place of lemon juice and something like this. So that's what I used. And then a little bit of garlic powder, whisked it together, added a little more sriracha to taste, and then stuck that in the fridge until my salmon was done. And then for the rest of the bowls, I also steamed some broccoli in the microwave, seasoned that with salt and pepper, and I made some white rice in the Instant Pot. And we served the salmon on top of that with the spicy mayo, and then on top of mine, I did some furikake, and it makes it like a sushi bowl kind of. Salmon and then the little seaweed and sesame seeds on top. It is so good. I love this recipe. Definitely will make it again. I think this is the second time I've made it. It's from the Lemon8 app, so I will have it linked down below. Sunday night we did grilled chicken sandwiches, and to start off I sliced some chicken breast in half horizontally, so I ended up with thinner pieces. I did 3 chicken breasts, but you're seeing here that I only have 5 pieces of chicken. The other half I put with some other raw chicken for the kids to make some butter chicken for lunch the next day. So that's why there's only 5 pieces. I only thought we needed 5 for dinner. And I'm seasoning them all over with some onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and Tony's Creole seasoning, and then spritzing them with a little bit of cooking spray. And then I'm going to cook them on my Cuisinart griddler. I love this thing. It's got the griddle pans with the grill marks, and it's got flat sides, and then it's also got the waffle inserts that I use for it sometimes to make waffles. And then I cook the chicken in here for 5 minutes. Make sure you check the internal temperature to make sure it's fully cooked. And then we assembled our sandwiches. We've got brioche buns, cheddar cheese for some of us, I think Munster for Elijah. We've got lettuce, tomato for those of us who want it, some fresh veggies on the side, and some chips. Monday night, I tried a new recipe for a pulled pork casserole. This is going to be using some barbecue pulled pork that I had in the freezer. I'm always looking for new ways to use things like that just to make things interesting. So I'm starting off here by browning up some red onion and a bell pepper that I diced up, and just going to get those really tender on the stove in this pan. So I have some frozen pork from the freezer, and then I'm also going to assemble some rice in the background. I cooked like a cup of white rice in my Instant Pot. The recipe called for brown rice, but we don't eat brown rice. So I did white rice. And then once these onions and peppers are tender to my liking, I'm going to start assembling the casserole. So in my greased 9x13 inch pan, I have added a can of drained black beans, the pepper and onion mixture. I'm going to add my cooked white rice. I'm going to add my pulled pork, a can of diced green chilies, about half a cup of barbecue sauce, some shredded cheese, and then salt and pepper to your liking, and give that a good mix. And then I'm going to top this with some cheddar cheese on top as well, and then throw this in the oven on 350 degrees for about 25 minutes. The only problem with this is that it was a little dry. I feel like maybe some salsa in this would be really good, or even just more barbecue sauce. It just needs a little bit of something else. Otherwise, the flavor is really good. It just needed some more moisture. So definitely will do that again. I think I will make this again in the future and try it that way, because the family seemed to enjoy it. The kids really enjoyed it. They ate leftovers of it, as did Andy. I think there was only about like 3 servings of leftovers left. If you saw the vlog yesterday, you already saw Tuesday night's dinner. Tuesday we had BLTs. We came home from Rochester, and really all I had to do was make some bacon in the oven. And Lily decided she didn't want this, and she wanted her leftover buttered chicken that was in the fridge. So I was like, that's fine. I don't care. So here I am assembling me and Elijah's sandwich. Of course, you'll see Elijah's is the one with cheese, because my family likes to put cheese on their BLTs, but I do not. So it's just your typical bacon, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise. I do salt and pepper on my tomato. And then we had some of these like sour cream and onion puffs from Trader Joe's, because we had gone to Trader Joe's while we were in Rochester. If you didn't see the vlog, check it out. There's a Trader Joe's haul in there and a thrift haul in there. And just a fun day following us around. Andy went with us because he was off that day, and we just spent the day as a family an hour away from home in Rochester. Wednesday night was supposed to be nachos, but instead I decided to do some tostadas, because I still had some tostada shells from when we did the copycat Taco Bell crunch wraps. So I made some taco meat, ground beef, taco seasoning. I made a can of refried beans. I warmed up some nacho cheese sauce, which is the big jar or big can that I buy from Sam's Club and freeze in quart-sized bags. And then we had all of the toppings. Everybody could come and assemble theirs the way they wanted. Lettuce, cilantro, sour cream, salsa, pico. I think that's pretty much covers it. So that was dinner for Wednesday. And finally, the last meal of the week was sheet pan Za'atar chicken and veggies. I kept putting this meal off because I wasn't wanting to make it, and I almost put it off again. We had gone grocery shopping, and then we were in Sam's Club, and I was like, that rotisserie chicken smells really, really good. I was really tempted to buy it, but I was like, I have these chicken thighs thawed out. I have to go home and make them, even though it was 5:30 when we got home, and then I had to go from the grocery haul straight into making dinner. That's why I did not film the process of me making this. I have shown it before at least twice. We love this. I bought the Za'atar seasoning on Amazon. It will be linked down below. It is delicious. Andy took leftovers to work, and he had people asking him what seasoning was used on his food because it smells so good. So yeah, it's delicious. We absolutely love it. And yeah, it's a favorite. It'll be linked down below. But that is going to be it for this week's What's for Dinner. It's now time for our weekly member shout outs. So shout out to all 20 of you who are channel members. Thank you so much for supporting me and my channel and my family in an additional way. It really means a lot. And if you don't know, you can become a channel member for $1.99 a month. That most of it goes to me. A portion of it obviously goes to YouTube. And that just really helps me out. But you also get some perks for doing it. You get some members only posts, the emojis that you see here on the screen. You get a little badge next to your name. and I can't remember what else, but if you check it out down below next to my name and the subscribe button, there should be a join button. You can click there and get all the details. And if you happen to not see the join button, you can go to YouTube and log in either on like Chrome browser, some sort of browser like Chrome or Safari, because sometimes it doesn't show in the YouTube app. But that is going to be it for this week's What's for Dinner. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you plan on trying any of these recipes, let me know which ones down in the comments below. And also leave me a smiley face emoji down in the comments as well to let me know that you made it here all the way to the end. I hope you have a great week. I will see y'all on Wednesday with the grocery haul. Bye.